just a pure night of absolute nothingness. No energy, no passion, no fun, no effort, no creativity, no storylines, no fun. Just absolute nothingness. Just a purely empty show with nothing at all to it. Nothing to it at all. Full stop. We got nothing. We are 1 week away from SummerSlam. 1 week. We've got one Smackdown to go. One Smackdown. We've got 2 shows. We've got one Raw, one Smackdown. But let's just keep it at Smackdown. We've got one Smackdown to go before their second biggest show of the entire year. They fucked up WrestleMania. Everyone hated WrestleMania, right? So surely you think, oh, they want to make up for that, right? Their next biggest event after that, they want to show that, look, we can book a big event. We can make it exciting. We can, make these huge shows feel huge. But no. 2 weeks before SummerSlam, they give us that. Just a whole lot of nothingness. Literally the bare minimum effort that Triple H could put in, he put in. Nothing to that show at all. Nothing at all to that show. Full stop. There was, I can't express, nothing happened. I mean, things happened, but nothing with any substance. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it because I don't want to speak about this show or this company longer than I need to. Obviously, we had the Hulk Hogan tribute start of the show, narrated by Triple H because, obviously, he has to get himself involved with absolutely everything possible, right? Let's not have an actual friend of Hulk Hogan, someone that was with him in life, spent time with him, one of his friends during his career and after his career. No, Triple H wants to do it because he's involved in everything. That is WWE. But it was a nice tribute. I think some people expected the crowd to kind of boo, but didn't happen. Very nice tribute. Then the show happened. The show started. It was so we start with Logan Paul and Jelly Roll. What a start to the show. I mean, right there and then, you know what you're in for the rest of the show. Right there and then. Unironically, this match is the match that they're putting the most effort into for SummerSlam. This is the match that they're putting the most effort into, which isn't a lot of effort, but for them, this is the most they can do because there's a celebrity involved, right? They'll always favour celebrities over their own talent. And look what's happened with Travis Scott. Look how that backfired on you. You had a guy involved in your WrestleMania main event, John Cena's record-breaking title win, number 17 in the main event of WrestleMania. You had Travis Scott go out there for some mainstream attention. Oh, look at us, we're so cool, we've got Travis Scott. And then since then, they fell out and he's probably not going to show up ever again. So was it worth it? You know what I mean? I don't think Jelly Roll would do that because he actually does love wrestling, does love WWE. But they put all their stock into these celebrities. This match is the most effort they've put into going into SummerSlam. This is the one that's getting the late night talk show segments and moments, right? When was the last time we saw something like that on a fucking late night talk show? Why couldn't you have, you know what I mean? LA Knight and a Seth Rollins, maybe, right? Leading up to a PLE right before, or maybe leading up to WrestleMania, you have, I don't know, Cody and someone, Punk and someone. No, let's just do it for a celebrity. Let's just do it for Jelly Roll. We've got a celebrity. Let's go all out. They're putting more effort into this than anything else right now. But unironically, I will give Jelly Roll his fair due. I'll give him his respect. He actually cut a better promo than a lot of talent on that entire roster. If you go back And which I don't encourage you to do, by the way. But so don't go back and watch it actually. But if you did watch, you'll know what I'm talking about. It was actually a decent promo. Some wrestlers cut promos that are just unlistenable, so scripted, sounds like they're in drama class in school. There's like the emotionless expression on the face, and they're just saying words that they're trying to remember. Jelly Roll went out there and actually cut a decent promo, to be fair to him. And then, of course, Drew McIntyre comes out, Randy Orton comes out, because they're involved in this. They're involved in this for some reason, right? You could have just had Jelly Roll Logan Paul. You could have had people involved. Could have been just an exhibition match, right? Get some more celebrities involved. It's not going to be a classic, but it would be just an exhibition match that you lose nothing, right? It's Jelly Roll Logan Paul. You can go to the toilet if you want. Some people enjoy it. You overbook it on the night. Have a couple more celebrities get involved, and it is what it is. But you get Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre involved, people that actually should be being booked properly. Drew McIntyre comes back just for this. Takes an RKO on his first show back, straight into something with Jelly Roll. Okay. Jelly Roll and Randy stand tall at the end of it. And yeah, nothing else to really say, to be honest. I mean, Jelly Roll looked alright. He looked alright. He looked fine. But of course he looks fine. He's been at the PC. He's been working on it for months, and that was probably choreographed and scripted out and planned for about 15 different times that you're going to see on WWE Unreal eventually, right? In a few months, you're going to see Jelly Roll practicing that body slam on Unreal. Then, what did we have? We had Alexa versus Roxanne Perez. Now, we can't be wasting matches like this, because Alexa versus Roxanne could genuinely be a PLE match that you put a storyline behind. I feel like these two could have a really good story behind them, but I feel like we've already seen it now more than once. I feel like, right? Roxanne Perez had a new theme song, so she's got Def Rebelled. She had a Def Rebel theme song originally, but now Def Rebel have Def Rebelled Def Rebel. It was awful. Why? I don't understand it. You don't need to give people new themes when their theme song is fine. Jordan Grace, people liked her theme song, and then Def Rebel get involved, and then suddenly it's just the most generic, boring theme song you could possibly imagine. Why do they feel the need to constantly change them when they're just fine? It's like fixing something that's not broken, and then in the process making it much worse, right? It's like, oh, maybe you've got a creaky door handle, right? Your door handle it's a bit creaky. It works. Well, actually, no, that's a bad analogy. You've got a door handle that works completely fine. Maybe it's not perfect, but you think, all right, let's just, for some reason, some builders come in and they go, all right, this needs fixed. And you're like, all right, it's fine, but all right, all right, whatever. Go on then. And then they leave, you try the door handle, and it falls off. It just doesn't work anymore. It was fine before you fucked with it. Why would you... Her theme song was fine. Anyway, Roxanne, Alexa, there was a spot during this match that was just embarrassing, and I hate these kind of spots in matches. It was a spot where Alexa got busted open, but there's a spot, right? Let me try and explain this, right? If you didn't watch the show, Raquel and Charlotte are on the outside, because Charlotte's out there. She's holding cheerleader things. I don't know what they're called, but the things cheerleaders hold and shake around. She's holding them, which is the least Charlotte thing to do ever. But WWE just stupid like that. But there's a spot where Raquel is she's got Charlotte in a position where she's either about to lift her up for a body slam or pedigree her, and then Alexa's on the top rope, just staring at them for about 15 seconds, waiting for the spot to open up. So it's just awkward, because Raquel and Charlotte are just stood there. Alexa's just stood there. Raquel throws Charlotte to the side, because they're clearly planning Alexa jumping on Raquel. So Raquel throws Charlotte to the side. Then there's about another 5 seconds of Alexa getting into position. So Raquel's just looking up. She's thrown Charlotte to the side now. Now she's literally just looking up at Alexa, waiting for her to jump on her for about 5 seconds. I hate spots like this because it's so obviously like obviously it's not real. I might be, ruining the magic for some people there. WWE is not real. That's The Rock. He'll tell you every opportunity he gets. But I hate spots like this because it's just so unrealistic. You're looking up at someone for 5 seconds, waiting for them to jump on you, and you catch them. That's not even remotely believable. Like Raquel is looking up at Alexa like, yep, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, catch. You know what I mean? Something that just annoyed me. I hate spots like that. I hate spots where there's about 10 people gathered on the outside. One person jumps over the top, lands on everyone, and then for some reason everyone's taken out for 10 minutes because that's believable. Even someone at the back of the pile, at the back of the group, that didn't even get touched. Someone just fell on them, and they're out for 10 minutes when they could take a body slam and get up in 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Spots like that just piss me off. It's annoying. Yeah, Roxanne rolls up Alexa for the W. Whatever. Just a nothing match. Just the most boring lack of creative booking they could possibly have, because this match is happening at SummerSlam, so the Triple H has gone, well, we can't tell a storyline here because that's out the realm of our capabilities. We don't know what a storyline is. Alexa versus Roxanne. And then guess what you're going to get on SmackDown next week? You're going to get Charlotte versus Raquel. I bet you. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Then we get Jade versus Chelsea Green. Yeah, again, nothing to it. Pointless match. Whatever. Jade versus Chelsea. Jade wins. There you go. Jade wins. After the match, the Secret Harvest get involved, and then Tiffany comes out. Another situation in wrestling that I just don't like because it's not realistic. Why would Tiffany come out to help Jade? She is your opponent. Surely you want her to be beat up. Surely you want her to be hurt. Why would you come out to help her and give her an extra benefit going into your match at SummerSlam in a week? Right? If the Secret Harvest beat her up some, then suddenly you're the favourite going into SummerSlam even more. Because your opponent, she's not as fit. So that doesn't make sense why Tiffany would come out to help Jade. Then they just kind of grab the title together and it's like, oh, I like you, but we're going to have a good match. Okay, again, no storyline. No storylines in WWE, full stop right now. They don't know what a storyline is. Triple H, Michael Cole, the entire company love to tell you we're a storytelling business, right? Can you name me one storyline right now? Because everything that they're doing is just, I don't like you, you don't like me, let's have a match. Or I won a tournament, so we've got to have a match. That's it. There's no storylines. They don't know what a storyline is. For an apparently storytelling business, they've seemed to have completely and utterly forgotten what a storyline is. Then we go into a Cody Rhodes promo. First of all, no suit. No suit. I like that. I was a fan of that. No suit. Because, yeah, like, you're showing up to work in a suit every week. It's like, all right, at some point, we're going to start looking at you like you're just not here to take care of business. You know what I mean? But he actually cut a good promo, but there was no John Cena. There was no John Cena because why on earth would John Cena show up to work 2 weeks before potentially losing the title? Why would he show up to work 2 weeks before SummerSlam to build up his feud and match with Cody Rhodes? Why would he do that? Why would he do that after telling us he was going to be full-time for a year? Why would he do that? Why would he do that? We'll see him next week, though, with one segment to try and get people excited, because I won't lie, I'm not excited for this match. I'd be lying if I was to say I was excited for this match, because I'm not. I'm not. Adding Street Fight to it, having Cody Rhodes go out there and tell us, oh, it's going to be violent. It won't be. Cena's very limited for what he can do. Cena is very limited. He's in movies. He's got contracts where he can't take too much damage because he's filming movies. He's very limited what he can do, so it's not going to be violent unless Cody Rhodes is on the receiving end of it. All to what? Give it back to Cody? Is all of this just to give it back to Cody Rhodes? Really? Does anyone really want to see that? Even if you're the biggest Cody Rhodes fan, does that really excite you? You know what I mean? Like, it's just... This match does pretty much nothing for me right now. Nothing for me. Cody Rhodes goes out there and cuts a promo, and that is it. That is it. Nothing on the line other than the title. There's no storyline behind it. There's no substance to it other than what? I won a tournament, so I'm going to face you again. Okay. I just don't care about this match, I won't lie. They've got one Smackdown, one show to get me invested into this, because right now I'm not. And I know a lot of fans feel that way. Then we're going to Jacob Fatu versus The Miz. Let me say that again. Jacob Fatu, who's going into a match with Solo Sikoa in a week at SummerSlam. A week's time, he's got a match for the US title at SummerSlam. And he's having a match with The Miz. Okay. I have a question. What happened to Carmelo Hayes? What on earth has happened to Carmelo Hayes? Because the whole Miz and Carmelo Hayes thing has just disappeared. It doesn't exist anymore. They just want us to forget that even was a thing. They want to insult our intelligence and just hope that we just kind of forget that Carmelo Hayes was ever with The Miz. They're now separated with no explanation, no payoff to that, nothing. They're just now separate with no explanation. Yeah, just move on. Forget it happened. Okay. Whatever. Now The Miz is friends with the Fatus and the Sikoas and the Hikaleus and the Tongas. Okay. This goes exactly how all of us knew it was going to go. Fatu wins, but then they all beat him up after the match, and Jimmy Uso comes out, and it goes exactly how everyone knew it was going to go. Exactly how we all imagined it going at the end of this match is exactly how it went. Again, no effort, no story, no creativity. Let's just we'll throw Jacob against The Miz. Jacob wins, and then they beat him up after the match. That's what Triple H has done in the writers' room. He's sat in that writers' room, which we're going to get to see on WWE Unreal. He's sat down in that writers' room, and he's got to this point in the show, and he's gone, right, we need to get Jacob on the show. We'll put him in a match with... He needs to win, so who do we throw him against? Who's available this week? The Miz. He's been away for a while. We'll bring The Miz back. And then we'll just have them beat him up after the match. Okay, done. What's next? Where's the fun? Where's the effort? Where's the creativity? Where's the storyline there? You know what I mean? Spoiler. There's none. Then we get the main event. What did we get? We got the Wyatts versus Andrade and Rey Fenix for those titles, because why put it at SummerSlam? But we'll get to it. Match ends in a DQ because Nikki Cross pulled the referee at the ring. So that was a bit of a weird ending. And then every single tag team comes out. But you know what? Usually I hate this because it's the easiest, most generic, basic booking you can possibly think of, which Triple H absolutely loves, which he's done multiple times last night. We'll just have everyone go out there. Everyone go out there and brawl, which was every storyline leading up to WrestleMania. There was no storyline, it was just brawling, brawl, brawl. Every single feud was just brawl, brawl, brawl. That's all Triple H knows how to do. To him, that is a storyline. I don't like you, you don't like me, let's brawl. And in this situation, he's just thrown absolutely every single tag team out there. And he's done it every single week. But I'm not letting him off, by the way. I'm not letting him off. This is lazy booking. This isn't creative. This is the most generic, basic booking you can think of. But, when every tag team was out there brawling, it was the most feeling I had all night. The rest of the night, I had no feeling in me at all. The same emotionless expression, bored, depression, feel throughout the entire night. That main event segment, the last 5 minutes, I was like, okay, this is at least a little bit exciting, right? There's at least something going on, a bit of energy, right? That is the word, energy. The rest of the night, there was zero energy at all. It was boring, generic, depressing, nothing to it at all. No soul to the entire show. Nothing. At least that last 5 minutes had a bit of energy, a bit to it, right? There's like a bit of excitement, a bit of energy. But the rest of the show, and the entire show full stop, just boring. We're 1 week away from SummerSlam. You wouldn't think it. Same for, like, leading up to WrestleMania, awful. Leading up to SummerSlam, awful. Triple H cannot book up to a PLE to get you excited for it. He cannot. Occasionally he'll book the PLE not well, right? You'll have some moments, you'll have some good matches, but leading up to them, it's always bad because he doesn't know what a storyline is. Anyway, that is your SmackDown review. Let me know what you thought.